Right, new rules, and that means all of us have got to study again, right? So maybe I'll be your exam guide. I'll tell you what's going to happen with a few changes. The first of those is DRS, and it's about the review, the appeal process. Today, if you appeal an umpire's decision and it goes against you on umpire's call, it means that you lose your review. And I always thought that was very harsh. So that's gone now. You retain your review even if the decision goes against you, but it's an umpire's call. That means it was hitting the stumps, but not hitting the stumps enough. So that's a good sign, and that means therefore that post 80 overs, you don't get 2 reviews again because you're now rewarding good reviews. So that's something that I like very much. The other one that should have happened long ago is once you've grounded your bat, it means you've made your ground. It means you've now completed the run. But thereafter, if your bat goes up in the air and you're stumped, today you could be given out, run out, or stumped. The new rule says once you've grounded your bat in, you're safe, and I think that's absolutely valid. That's a really good rule. There's a couple of rules about catches as well. One is about the helmet. You can now get caught off your helmet because the helmet is such an integral part of your attire these days. Earlier it was felt that if it went on the helmet, then the catch became easier to take if someone else was taking it. So that's not a bad rule either. On the boundary line, the last point of contact with the ground has to be inside the boundary line. It could be that you've taken a catch and then you've thrown the ball up because you're falling outside, and then you find that the catch is actually ball is falling outside. There's a fear that you could jump in the air, catch it, and come back inside. That will not be allowed now. So the last point of contact with the ground has to be inside the boundary, and I think that's a pretty good rule as well. So those two about the catches. What about the size of the bat? That is welcome too. I mean, you see the edges. Someone said to me once, the ball went off the middle of the edge, and that cannot be allowed. So 40 millimeters and a depth of 67 millimeters. The length and the width of the bat, that doesn't change, but you're just ensuring that the edges are not big. And the reason that is welcome is I've actually been at matches where a bowler has beaten the batsman in the air and the ball has gone for a 6 in front of the wicket of the edge of the bat, and that's not something I like very much. So the edge of the bat is now going to be regulated, and now umpires can send off players. But be careful with that. If you think that umpires are now dishing out red cards like they do in football, out with you, you're playing with 9 players, 10 players. No, it's a level 4 offense, which means if there's a physical assault or if someone actually gone and threatened an umpire, then you can be sent off. What I would have liked is the addition of cards as well, where the umpire is telling the player, look, I don't like what you're doing on the ground. Here's a yellow card, 1 more in the next 3 games, and you're sent off as well. We haven't gone that far. Level 1, 2, and 3 offenses will still be dealt with the same way, but level 4 offenses, gone, out. You want to punch somebody, you're not playing the game anymore. There's many others as well, but I've picked